Episode number 12. We're back. Me and I have been doing this, us two today. It's going to be a good one. I hope you all enjoyed the last two with T Mike. And I thought they had a lot of value in them. I really had fun doing them. And I think T Mike enjoyed it too.
Yeah, T Mike is already talking about getting back on.
Oh, yeah.
And it was good. It was good. You kind of have to sit and watch it a couple times to like understand everything he's saying. And like, I don't know. It's like a long format, very informative, but it's great content.
Yeah, we were there doing it, but I still, I go back and watch little bits and pieces of it here and there. Some of the clips we got from it did good.
Yeah.
But also, we've been getting a lot of love at jiu-jitsu. The boys found the podcast. I knew that was coming.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to the boys. Jeremy, Nick, they were the two that told me they saw it. Maybe Frank. But yeah, Jits has been fun. We'll talk about, I have some stuff that's been going on at Jits this week I want to talk about. And one of the things I want to talk about is just, consistency. We kind of talked about this before, but just talking about Jits. Jeremy, bro, he goes every single day.
Yeah.
He's an absolute animal. I hope he's watching this
I don't know
right
how
now.
he goes to jiu-jitsu like every day.
Yeah,
He's
drugs,
always
but
there.
yeah, but his game has improved so much. He told us in like 5 or 6 days he went 10 times.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I mean he just puts the time in, and that's with anything in life. The more you give into it, the more you're gonna get out of it. Yeah, some of those days he's sore, some of those days he's tired, and he gets the shit beat out of him. But when he is fresh and when he is ready to go,
He's legit.
yeah, he's one of the only guys in there that I'm scared everywhere. There's not a single position he can't submit me or put me in danger in.
Yeah, he's got like a weird style to him.
For sure.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Now he's into legs, so it's like...
Yeah, that's
Ugh.
dangerous. But like even when I like smash and try to pass his guard,
Mm-hmm.
I'll get him in almost mount. And he'll have my arm or some shit or my neck in some crazy configuration where I'm like, fuck, I'm losing here, you know? And then also we both got our asses whooped by a pro fighter the other day. That was
He did.
a humbling experience.
Does he still fight?
I don't know. I saw he was 0-2 when he got to Bellator.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know he was 31 either.
Really?
I thought he was like 26.
Yeah, he looks like he's 26.
I mean, at least that's what I found on some back alley freaking
down
So,
dark forums.
Yeah, MMA page. But man, people out there, just average guys, and we'll talk about this. Nate Diaz was talking about this, but at least for guys, every guy has it in him. Most guys, and they're like, yeah, you know, like they look at people in the street, something goes down, they all think they can win.
Yeah.
You know. And
They think they're going to get mad, and when I get angry,
Yeah.
I see red, and I'm going to destroy them.
And there's just so many levels to that game, man. This guy, I'm 155 pounds, 5'9", 5'10". He's like same exact height and weight as me. And, I mean, I've been grappling for 10 years now, and I didn't have an answer. And that's how it's been against all the pro guys I've went with.
Mm-hmm.
The MMA guys, they're a different level. But, I mean, I'm sure in any sport that's how it is, the levels to the game.
Yeah, it's like the difference between high school and college, and you have college to pro. It's
Yeah.
just- there's a ginormous leap, and he was a great example of that. It was interesting.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely why I'm going tonight. I didn't like that at all.
You're going tonight?
Oh yeah, a little gi roll tonight. I'll get pissed off because of that.
I hate the gi. It sucks.
Ivan despises the gi.
Not a gi guy.
I kind of like it here and there. I just get really sore.
I'm just a wrestler
Yeah,
at heart. I don't want to do gi.
we've been doing some boxing.
I have been doing some
That's been
boxing.
fun.
I enjoy that.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully-
cool.
Hopefully we get that guy. What's his name?
Josh. Yeah, we're gonna be doing I'm trying to get some mats in at the gym I work at, cause there's a pro boxer who he works out there and he brings like clients in to train them there. He's got some bags and shit. So we'll see if me and Ivan. He said he wants to. So see if he can show us some boxing stuff, and then we'll probably each like spar him, get a little video of that, and then we're gonna teach him some wrestling and grappling stuff. So I think that'll be cool.
Yeah, so then he can beat us up, and then we can beat him up.
Yep,
So it's fair.
Yeah, and it's gonna be crazy to like show the people like he's pro level
Mhm.
in a sport, and we're amateur in our sport, like
Yeah.
if that, you know.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu and grappling is just a crazy game, but we'll keep talking about fighting here. Nate Diaz was on Bradley Martin's podcast. That was a hell of a podcast.
I didn't see it.
I think if somebody's not having Nate go to the doctors once in a while in his corner, I really think they need to send Nate Diaz to the doctor.
He's got some sort of brain trauma.
Yeah, he needs to get a brain scan. But if you don't love the Diaz guys, man,
his brain's got to be this big. And
Dude.
it's swollen.
He's a warrior. How do you see that fight playing out, him versus Jake Paul?
I'd hope Nate Diaz wins. I want Nate Diaz to win, but Jake's legit.
100%.
I think he has a chance. He's got the cardio. Everyone keeps saying like later round, but I think that honestly goes to Nate. Nate doesn't get tired.
It's gonna be I'm curious to see how it goes. I think Jake Paul is a little too young, too explosive, but I'm never gonna bet against the Diaz if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I mean, in boxing, I might actually, but we'll
It's
see.
a tough bet. I want Nick to win, but I wouldn't be shocked if Jake.
Nate. But yeah,
Oh yeah, Nate. But I wouldn't be shocked if Jake won either.
yeah. On
He's
the
a
pod,
good boxer.
Yeah, he is.
good at boxing.
I heard the Furies. I think it was Tyson actually saying like, "Hey, I was in the Diaz room and these guys were actually like they can box, you know."
Mm-hmm.
Because most people just think they're jujitsu, but I'd be curious to see Nate locked in. I did hear he got dropped bad in camp.
Really?
Yeah, like
Like
early.
knocked out?
Yeah, like KO'd.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that a while, like maybe 2-3 weeks ago.
He doesn't get knocked out. I can't
I
remember the
know.
last time.
I
I've
know.
ever
I don't
seen
know
him
how
get
true
knocked
that
out.
was.
No
but-
way.
I don't know. And I heard his gas tank didn't look like it was there. I don't know where this came from.
So it's not only the two things he's known for is having an amazing gas tank and never getting knocked out. So now all of a sudden, right before this fight, both
Yeah.
of those things are false.
Hey, maybe we disclosed. Bet the house on Jake Paul. Nah. But it was cool to see Nate talking to Bradley Martin. That's Raw Talk. That's one of my favorite podcasts. That's a good one. Nate was just talking about how guys like Jake, who are just young and hungry and addicted to the game, how they're such a dangerous opponent.
Yeah.
And you see all this and all these guys talking trash and people on the internet being like, well, this guy's going to beat the shit out of this guy. And Nate talks about this for probably 20 minutes straight. He was like, man, we're professional fighters. If you're saying some guy's going to get his ass kicked, like step in the cage with him and see what happens. Like they're all just a different level. And yeah, who's the guy you watched on Bradley Martin that you're telling me about?
Goodness, I can't remember his name.
You've been talking about it
I
like
know.
every day.
Oh, Zerka.
Zerka.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He just says them. He was like, right now he's in like a phase where like when Andrew Tate was first blowing up and was like, saying all the most like controversial shit possible. I think he's doing the same
That's
exact
true.
thing. It's just funny to watch.
What's he do? Other than like podcasts, social media.
I have no clue.
You don't know?
He just says the most outlandish things on Fresh and Fit.
Yeah, the only thing I've ever heard him say was I'm a men's activist. That was pretty funny.
He's a goon.
Yeah.
Bradley Martin like got mad and like yelled at him at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
What was he mad about?
I don't know. He was just mad at. I think he just couldn't get words in. He was like, "Shut up! Shut the fuck up!"
Oh yeah.
To Zerka.
Bradley Martin's a character though.
Yeah.
He
I think he's got roid rage. I think it like sneaks in
Probably.
and creeps in out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like he'll be like good, and then something like small happen, and you'll just see it like creep up out of nowhere.
That's not the first time I've seen stuff him do that. Like he'll freak out on Steiny here and there, but
He hates Steiny, bro.
well, I think they're like friends, but like at the same time, Steiny's just like the little rat in the corner, you know?
I feel like everyone low-key hates Steiny. He's just like part of Nelka now.
Dude, he's such like if you watch their podcast, he's such a character
Is he?
because he got some fame, he knows it, and like he has no clue how to handle it.
Yeah.
And he just acts like he's top G, like he he thinks he's too good for everyone. But like I think he might be a good guy. And then you hear all these chicks like Like, yeah, Snotty bought me a bracelet and then asked for it back. Like, this and that. Or like he went out with them and they had to pay for dinner.
Yeah, that's goofy.
Yeah. But Bradley Martin's podcasts are definitely really good. You got some big things
I do.
that happened in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I met up with this guy named Jack. Hopefully we get him on the podcast one day. But he's a serial entrepreneur. He owns four
Talk a little closer.
businesses. He owns 4 businesses right now. He's like super into it, and he's looking to get into real estate. So he started his company, and we actually ended up like, merging forces, I guess I'd say. And we're working together on really scaling up. Basically, the company I already had, we're basically putting way, like triple the money into it, and we're scaling it up. And I think it's going to be really, really big for the both of us. So it's going to be interesting. For
Yeah,
sure.
I know you've been pumped about how that all kind of played out. He definitely seems like a winner from what I've just heard
Oh,
from here
dude,
on out. Like,
he's a winner all day. He's someone that's it's like actually fun to be around, and he's also just like a genuinely good person. He's someone that like I want to get on the pod because one, he just has like great views on life. Like I don't know, we were like sitting there talking, and like I guess some background on Jack. Like not only is he a serial entrepreneur, but like he already beat the game. Like if you like sit and like watch like people's like, oh, if you make blank amount of money, you won. Like he's done great for himself. He's just done good in business like overall. And like people like that, you kind of like when they're well off, you never know who they're going to be like in their character. Like
yeah,
we were
yeah,
sitting there talking and he's like I don't really like want to do anything by myself. Like I want all my friends to come up with me. And he was talking about like, oh, he wants to buy a Lambo because all of his friends has a Lambo.
yeah,
And but I don't want to buy a Lambo by myself. And he's like, Ivan, like you gotta make money so we can all buy Lambos. Like
yeah,
it's kind of like having a jet ski. This was his exact words. He was like, it's kind of like having a jet ski. If you buy a jet ski, it's not fun. But if you and all your boys buy jet skis and you go ride in your jet skis,
yeah,
then it's fun. And he's like, I look at business and life and money the same. It's like if you can bring everybody up with you, then it's fun.
yeah.
If you're all alone and you're the only rich person, that's not fun.
I feel like just that little aspect of how he looks at it in business and life, and I feel like we also look at it that way a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm not. I feel like in this area, a lot of people are all like, "I want to win. I want to be the most popular. I want to be."
No, I don't even think it's that they want to win. They just don't want you to be better than them.
Yep, yep, yep.
That's all it is. It's like no one wants
that
to
was
win.
spot on.
They're just like the second you do a little better than them, they're like, oh, screw this kid. This kid's terrible.
But all those people you see doing that, I actually had a situation just the other day. I'm not gonna say the situation or any of the names, but I was pissed. Like I wasn't even pissed. I was looking at it from the outside's perspective, and I was like, hey, like this person just feels bad about where they're at in life, so they're trying to put me down, you know. And I feel like everybody, if you're looking at life that way, you have to readjust your viewpoints because there's enough for everybody to win in this game.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And just because you're insecure or you don't feel right about yourself is never an opportunity or a good thing to bring somebody else down, because that same person who you said that to, if you would have said something else, maybe they're going to help bring you up, you know?
Yeah.
And that kind of leads into this. This is a very broad topic kind of thing, but why is being open-minded so important to grow? And this is something that I feel like once I learned about what open-mindedness was and just being open to ideas and not always thinking you're right or you know something.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like whenever I dive into something now, it's like I like thinking I know nothing about this and I need to learn the most I can.
Yeah.
And
Or see as many viewpoints, get as many data sets as possible.
yes.
Because you don't know. And honestly, the first thing you read isn't probably the only correct source.
Uh-huh.
There's plenty of ways of looking at it. So there's not always like, it's not always a multiple choice and one's right. You know what I mean?
And I know there's like a lot of people out there where you're like, hey, like you should do this, and then they either have an excuse or they're like, oh, but I know that and this, and it doesn't add up. Like, you have to look at it. I look at everything from the perspective as like, just because I view something one way doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the right way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because kind of like there's so many different ways and everybody can win. Everybody can win in so many different ways, doing different things, thinking different
You can
thoughts.
make $1 million in a million different ways. Like
100%.
yeah. I heard like a saying before. It was like it's easier to be fooled than it is to show yourself that you were being fooled, or to
Yes.
convince yourself that you were being fooled. And the thing about that is so many people get stuck in their ways because usually, there's something about someone's life that like isn't fully correct, and it's harder to admit what your problem is, or it's harder to admit what you have going on truthfully with no feelings attached than it is to actually like change it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like people will go about, let's say like their diet, for example. They're like, eating this food doesn't actually like hurt me, like I feel fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But deep down, if they look at it, they're like, oh yeah, probably this McDonald's isn't good for me, and it doesn't make me feel as good as it could, like a lean piece of meat.
Yeah.
And the thing is like people will lie to themselves, and it's harder to
Yes, that's a big
unconvince
thing.
themselves that they've been lied to than it is to like actually change it,
Yeah.
to do something about it. But,
That's kind of why I feel like being open-minded is such like a skill, because I don't know if it's how you're raised or how you are taught to look at things, but some people are just so close-minded. They just see things in one way. This is how it is. This is how it's going to be. You can't do it this way.
mm-hmm.
But like, I think about it as like, when you look at it as an open-minded perspective, like say one person thinks one way but I think this way, then it's like, well, maybe just because I think this way, or I'm saying what they're doing is wrong by following that, what you call it, being fooled.
Yeah.
They're being fooled by someone. Maybe I'm just being fooled by someone else, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I think about it. Like,
Well, I think like no one has to be right. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
100%.
like I have opposing viewpoints with tons of people. I simply say things like, "Oh, that's how I would do it."
Yeah.
But I think the reason why people get fooled is because they take opinions of people that don't have their best interests. So, like for example, like I know somebody like who owns a car now, and 4 months ago he loved his car, and now he hung around a new group of friends, and now he doesn't like his car.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like all that changed was the
Yeah,
opinions
that's
of
true.
the people around him,
That's
and now all
true.
of a sudden he doesn't like his car.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like some people's opinions are just generated by people that don't actually matter. To
Yeah.
where like if there was something legitimately wrong with his car,
Mm-hmm.
then he would.
My car's fine.
No, I'm not talking about your car. I'm talking
Oh.
about somebody else. I'm talking about somebody
I was in the same position.
else. Yeah, well that's true too.
Yeah.
But
I love my car.
that car's terrible.
Ride or die, baby.
Yeah, the car's gonna need to sit. Yeah, your car, you need to sell that thing ASAP.
Yeah, I don't know.
That thing's dangerous.
Addison's a beast. We're sending her to North Carolina next week. I've been busy this week though. Brett's gone from the gym, the owner of it, so he's been kind of having me running shop in there. Gonna go. I already said I'm gonna go do some jits in the gi tonight. Gonna fish in a tournament tomorrow. You were gonna go see a house today.
I was gonna go see a house, I guess. Yeah, I canceled on. I guess something happened with his wife, and he's gotta attend to that. So that's respectable,
Yeah, for sure.
An older couple, you never know what's going on with that. So
Yeah.
all you can do at that point is, just wish him the best and hope everything works out, and then your time will come. Things happen for a reason.
Yeah. We didn't even talk about Jack with the energy drink company.
Yeah, so he's got 4 different companies. So the one being the real estate business, he owns a company called Enthusiast. He owns a company called Left Lane Coatings, and then an energy drink called Spark.
Okay.
And which is
Is
another reason.
Enthusiast the car company?
Yeah, I don't.
We gotta figure out what the hell he does with them cars. or
Yeah,
trucks.
well, I knew he just gave away that GMC
Yeah.
that was like the nicest truck I ever seen in my life,
Yeah.
plus 30 grand.
Yeah, that's
to some
cool.
guy in Tennessee that bought a shirt. So I guess it might be a shirt company.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
There's no way it's just. What was the shop like that you were at?
Well, that was Left Lane Coatings where I was at. They do powder coating on wheels, and then there's
Oh, okay.
also a kid named Brody, which I want you to meet because he's super cool.
Yeah.
But he owns a window tinting business in there, and I don't know. I want to get you around that environment like as soon as possible
Yeah, for sure.
because you got Dylan, you got Brody, you got Brody's dad's in there. He drives a nice Shelby. That thing's awesome
Okay.
looking, GT 500.
Yeah.
But that thing's super super cool, and they're just like great people to be around. And like Brody, I think he's like in his 20s. He's young. Jack's only like 30 something,
Yeah.
like young 30s. Um, Dylan, he's on the younger side, so it's like a bunch of young people just getting after it,
Yeah.
and they're actually like being successful.
Oh yeah.
So like I don't know, I think it's just exciting to like change your social circle, just being around like people that are actually winning, and not only winning, they're young.
Yeah.
They're young and winning. It's like people were like, "Oh, how to be a millionaire when you're 60?" Well, it's like that's not the goal.
Roth IRA. I
Yeah.
just figured out that shit doubles. There's some shit about that whole thing.
The IUL or
Roth IRA.
just probably over like
Every 7 years
doubles.
after your first 100 Gs. Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. To be
Yeah, I was
fair,
just
yeah.
that was something I heard. I was talking to Sky. He goes to the gym. You seen him in there, the guy with the Bronco.
Yeah.
But honestly, we got some really good content coming up with the Boxer
Mm-hmm.
podcast and maybe a little energy drink from Jack type deal.
Yeah.
Or at least get it in the gym.
Yeah, we can get that in the gym, get the energy drinks. I'd love to push that out. It's a smaller company, and
Hell
it's
yeah.
gonna be the next big thing, So
For sure.
I think that's another thing we're getting in on early.
And then we'll get Tom. Once I
That'd
get
be
back,
fun.
we're gonna have hella some.
Well, once you get
content
back, when do you
pumping
get
out.
back?
I get back probably Saturday.
Is that in August?
Yeah.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday, if that's August. I don't think
Roughly.
it is.
Probably like right
Almost.
before.
5 days before. Ish.
So
But
we'll have
yeah.
about.
It's gonna be a cool month.
It's gonna be a
it's
really
gonna be a
good
cool month.
month.
Oh, say as soon as we come back, we get Tom, then Jack,
Yeah.
then UFC Boston,
Yeah.
and then we'll have a video with the pro boxer in there.
Mm.
I want to get a video of Jits, bro. I think the people need to see that. Maybe a little
They
5
need to
a.m.
meet-
action. Or
They
6
need to
a.m.
meet
action.
Jeremy.
Yeah, y'all need to meet Jeremy. I might take the camera Friday morning.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I'm gonna take it. I wish we had someone who would come film. Maybe money will help that. So we'll see.
Yeah, if you want to go film a jiu-jitsu practice, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that would be awesome. I think the boys would love that because I mean we're teaching anyway. The 6 a.m. crew, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. And
Um,
honestly, they like talk about like how they want to have cameras there to see if like in case something cool happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like you getting thrown, bro. I wish we had that on video.
That was insane.
That would have been good. Cameras in there. That is a good idea.
Yeah, because like then that's like what like Nicky Rod's camp and stuff have. They have like cameras everywhere just in case something like super cool happens.
Yeah.
Like imagine how many times at Nauman. If
Oh
we had
yeah.
a camera
Oh
on us,
yeah.
that would have just been so clutch.
Some good, some bad.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Like you getting your foot broken by old man.
Oh,
Or
that
you
was
and old man
terrible.
just scrapping, bro. That would have went viral. That's actually funny as shit to think about. You, 16 years old, scrapping with 55-year-old Nauman, who's just an absolute old killer.
Dude, the strongest mother, like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, he
We've
was
been doing
so
good with not
strong.
cursing on here.
I was like, nah.
It doesn't matter. I could care less.
We're trying to get AdSense on this video.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, so we got some big things coming soon. Did you want to talk about that link at all? You know more about it than me, but
Yeah, if
Go
it is
ahead.
possible for Bryce to put the link in, it's an Amway link. So basically, all the products on it, some of the money comes back to me. It's essentially like an affiliate link program. So it's like I'm not going to deceive you, but also the only thing is you totally do get what you pay for. So you have different types of like nutrition products, supplements, all the way to like really healthy like cleaners, air purification, water purification, protein bars, like everything you can pretty much think of that you would need in your house. You can buy it on Amway. There's got beauty products, makeup, like there's so much stuff. So the thing is, like, if you want to support us, the money goes back to the podcast.
Yeah,
So it's just gonna, we'll get a camera instead of filming on Bryce's phone,
we're working on it.
and
I
and
bought UFC tickets. Come on now.
we're getting
You win
there.
some, you lose some, you know?
Yeah, so the money all comes back to this,
Yep.
know. But if instead of giving your money to Target or Walmart, wherever you go, support the podcast just by using that link and buying whatever you need. They got pre-workout supplements. I mean, overall, everything you're probably going to buy on a day-to-day basis, it's on the link somewhere. So if you want to support the podcast, go purchase on Amway on that link that will be in the description.
Oh, yeah. All right, this was a shorter episode. We got a bunch of stuff coming soon. Big things are coming.
Yeah.
I feel that August is going to be a real good month.
Uh-huh.
And I hope you guys enjoyed episode 12. I can't believe we're already at episode 12. 3 months doing this. It's been great. And we're only going up from here, so see y'all.
Peace.
That was a good little episode.
How long was it?
26.